Howdy, and welcome to another episode of Lesser Known Treasure Stories. Grab yourself a frosty beverage, kick your feet up. Today, we're going to be looking into a story about a whole wagon load of missing gold. Well, folks, today's treasure story is going to be brought to you at the request of Randy from Metal Detecting with Randy and the Clarks, Robert and Melissa over at Clark Cove Detecting, two really great channels. I'll leave a link in the description to their channels. They said, want to hear a treasure story about West Virginia? So here we go. Well, as most of you probably know, before the Civil War, there was simply Virginia. And as things got to rolling, well, West Virginia decided they weren't exactly happy with Virginia anyways, so this was a good chance for them to declare independence from the Confederacy and form their own state. About the time they did this, McClellan said, cool. He quick formed a couple of regiments in Virginia. A lot of the West Virginia population, though, was still loyal to the Confederacy, so things were pretty mixed down there. But the Confederacy, you could be sure, had a lot of spies, and they knew everything that was moving around in that state. Well, late in '62, a small detachment of Union soldiers were given the assignment of delivering the payroll to Fayette County and the surrounding areas for Union soldiers, taking it to all the Union camps. As they approached Chapmanville, one of the scouts come riding up real fast and said, hey, look, we got a problem. There's a fast-moving group of cavalry heading our way, and we got to think of something quick because they're moving fast. Well, the Union officer in charge ordered their men to a full gallop. Maybe they could evade the cavalry unit, but no good. They got right up there by Chapmanville, and another report come in and said, no, we're not outrunning them. They're catching up to us. That cavalry's moving quick. We'll have to do something. Well, the officer decided, let's lighten the load, ordered the men, get out there and bury the gold. So they did. They real quick buried the gold and they camouflaged it. Boom, jumped on their horses and took off at a full run. They got another 10 miles or so when the cavalry caught up to them and wiped every one of them out. Didn't stand a chance. They were highly outnumbered. Well, the Confederate soldiers thought they had gotten that payroll, and they got all happy. They looked in that wagon, oops, no gold. Well, they grabbed what they could from the soldiers of any value, and they went back up the road looking for the gold. Well, they never did find it. And pretty much the whole story in the fog of war ended up dying down. It was pretty much forgotten until like 1930, when one of the few remaining soldiers from that Confederate cavalry unit, well, he passed away. And when they were looking through his belongings, what did they find? A little notebook. Well, they pulled out this little leather-bound notebook and they started looking in it, and they realized this was from a Union officer. The exact man that was in charge of that unit. And it seems that when they were burying the treasure, he made a quick note. Just saying what happened, just in case they didn't make it. Well, all well and good, I know. You're asking yourself, read. Oh, you're shaking your phone or your tablet or your TV, and you're saying, read. What did it say in the notebook? Well, the man was obviously in a hurry, So all he really wrote in there is that it was buried somewhere along the banks of that river near Chapmanville. And that's it. A lot of people are concerned that perhaps that treasure was washed out into the river. Could be. 160 years, there's been a few floods, but it could have just as easily been washed under a layer of silt. So, either on the bank or in that river. How much gold was it? No one knows. It's simply described as a wagon load full. I don't know. A wagon load of gold sounds good to me. And it's still out there waiting for some lucky treasure hunter to just go out there and find it. Good luck with that hunt. Anyways, thank you for sticking around for another episode of Lesser Known Treasure Stories. And as always, if you want to hear a treasure story from your area, get on down there in the comments. Let me know where you're at, and I'll add it to the list. Stay safe. Take care. Catch you on the next one.